Orders now in effect as a new wildfire is burning in eastern Fresno County. A look at the areas that families are now being forced to leave from.
A man familiar to diners, Pismo's Coastal Grill, is now asking for help from the community. Why this man is hopeful that heartfelt letters about his character can help him get released from an ICE detention center.
A president now doubling down in his efforts to expand his ongoing crackdown on crime in Washington, D.C. to other cities, where the president is now threatening to send National Guard troops and how city officials are responding.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
We begin this hour with a live look at the silhouette of El Capitan with a slight view of Half Dome in Yosemite National Park and a gorgeous sky full of stars. Good morning. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kim Stevens.
After last week, I don't want to blink looking at that shot because I missed the
Excuse me.
meteors last week.
Right.
Yeah. Good morning, by the way. I'm Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Carl Cook. Justin Willis is on assignment. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, I didn't know there was a meteor shower that was happening this past weekend. Although,
I don't think you should say that because Justin's been saying it.
he has, but also at the same time, he did say to stay indoors because it was hot outside. So, I mean, it was a little bit of a mixed bag there.
That's during the day when the sun's up.
Hey,
we're going to poke holes in everything.
You can.
This was before the heat.
Yeah, I'm the rookie in this. You're all the experts. This is your world. I am just rolling through just to help out while Justin is on assignment, enjoying.
Is he trying to tell us that we're old?
No, I'm not saying that. I said you're seasoned veterans. That's all I'm saying.
You want a shovel?
I think we're just going to go straight to weather.
No, that's a good transition now to maybe that shovel will be useful for some nice cool dirt if you're looking to do anything today. Current conditions right now are at 75 degrees with some northwest winds at 5 miles an hour. So not too bad to start off the day. But if you look at the day planner for today, yeah, those triple digits are still going to be in our forecast today. 10 a.m. at 83 degrees. At noontime will be 91. And then at 5 p.m., 101 degrees. It's going to be mainly to completely clear skies today. Wind speeds going to be 4 to 6 miles an hour. Not too bad. But that temperature is going to be the weather maker and even some chances of rain. I'll explain more of that coming up.
Evacuation orders are in place right now east of Pine Flat Lake. The Garnet fire sparked yesterday afternoon just after 2 south of Rogers Ridge near Garnet Dike. Now, this new video captured overnight from the Alert California wildfire system shows how those flames have grown. So far, more than 3,300 acres have burned with zero containment. Crews with the U.S. Forest Service are working to contain that fire. Now, here's a look at the evacuation orders that are in effect right now. If you live in that area that is shaded red, you need to leave right now. An evacuation order that's colored in yellow also in effect right now for the area near Dinky Creek. That includes the Dinky Creek campground. Another fire also sparked last night, causing evacuation warnings so far. This one called the High Fire. It's burning west of the Garnet Fire. According to CalFire, it started around 6 last night. This one's still relatively small, bless you. At last update, just 36 acres had burned. An evacuation warning is in effect for zone K120 rather. That's from Toll House Road south of Lodge Road down to Burro Valley Road. If you're in that area, you want to be prepared to leave. And nearly 200 homes are under evacuation orders in Napa County right now because of the so-called picket fire. The latest CalFire report shows it's burned nearly 7,000 acres and is only 11% contained. More than 360 people are under evacuation warnings. The fire threatens roughly 500 structures near Pope Valley and Etna Springs. More than 1,200 firefighters and 10 helicopters are battling the fire, which started last week. Crews still don't know how it started.
Time now is 5:03, and as we keep an eye on those fires for you throughout the morning, you see check satellite radar first to see just some pressure there on both sides there, and even some low pressure there in the southern part there in the New Mexico area. But those high pressures on both sides are bringing those temperatures up, and you see this graph here is for a heat advisory for mostly the entire San Joaquin Valley there. That will last until 8 a.m. And there's also an extreme heat warning, which will again last until 8 a.m. this morning. But if that doesn't extend, of course, we will keep an eye on that for you. And this is for the Futurecast radar where I talked about that chance of rain, because today there is a 30% chance of rain. This is at 2 p.m. there in the eastern part there, also in the Sierras. You see that a moderate level of rain that's going to stay there, and it's going to stay throughout today, but then die out a little bit there at 10 p.m. And then Tuesday, you'll see it start to lighten up there around the 3 a.m. But then as the day goes on, it starts to pick up a little bit there around 8 a.m. And then around 11 a.m., we'll see more of those chances of rain again there in the Sierras and the eastern part there of Fresno and the Central Valley. And then around 12:30, things are going to stay the same, but as the day progresses, it will start to die down again just a little bit. But of course, if this progresses into anything even more, that will reach across the Central Valley. We'll keep an eye on that for you. That was at 8 p.m. Now, as far as the humidity goes today, we're going to see about a 39% relative humidity, the lowest being tonight at 23% later on in the afternoon, and overnight will be about 48%. Dew point will be down to 53%, which could play a factor in when you feel that mugginess throughout the day, those triple digits being a little more warmer than what it may seem like. And this is going to be the high today for today, 103 degrees. Again, you see that 30% chance of rain for today. Tomorrow we do stay in the triple digits still at 100 degrees on the dot, 68 overnight for Tuesday. Overnight tonight will be 72. And then we start to fall back a little bit from those triple digits there. Wednesday, some clear skies, but 99 degrees, but that could peak into the triple digits. Of course, we will keep an eye on that for you. Overnight low for there will be 67 degrees. Now coming up, we'll get a look at your valley highs and lows to see how the rest of the valley is shaping up for your Monday.
Fresno police are now investigating the city's 5th officer-involved shooting so far this year, and this one deadly. Police received a domestic violence call Saturday afternoon in the area of Blythe and Austin. They say 35-year-old Joseph Miracle barricaded himself inside an apartment and grabbed 2 large kitchen knives. Officers tried to go in, but say he tried to stab an officer. Police called SWAT. They were there for hours. They say he eventually came out of the apartment and charged at officers with the knives. Officers say they tried to use non-lethal force, but he still did not comply, so they shot him. He died at an area hospital. The California Democratic Party is now throwing full support behind the congressional redistricting proposition going before voters. Prop 50 is known as the Election Rigging Response Act. The endorsement came during a party vote on Saturday, marking a major boost for the campaign ahead of the November 4th special election. Prop 50 supporters say the measure is designed to protect fair elections and stop what they call attempts to manipulate congressional maps. Now, the backing comes after a week of momentum with endorsements from President Barack Obama and Senators Cory Booker and Elizabeth Warren. New polling showing majority support and record grassroots fundraising. Now, campaign leaders say the fight is about keeping elections fair and giving voters the power to decide. A group of Texans is now looking to press pause on that state's recently approved congressional maps, filing a lawsuit over the weekend. In that lawsuit, 13 Texans, collectively called the Gonzales Plaintiffs, accuse Republican Governor Greg Abbott and Secretary of State Jane Nelson of violating the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause. This because the redistricting effort relies on the same census information used to craft the state's 2021 congressional maps. State Republicans passed the new map Saturday, with the hopes of gaining 5 more Republican seats in the U.S. Congress. It comes at the request of President Trump, who wants to preserve the GOP's majority in the lower chamber ahead of next year's midterms. Now, President Trump is now laying out his plans to combat crime, not just in D.C., but in cities all around the country. How he is using Washington, D.C. as a test subject for his effort to crack down on crime, plus which cities he is considering sending the National Guard troops next.
The Chuck Chansey Skycam, sponsored by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
Live look now at Fresno Yosemite International Airport from above our Fox 26 News studio. 509 and 75 degrees outside right now. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long. even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.